Right, to take us up to 8 o'clock, here's a little bit of Hideaway from that concert way back in 2003. You're tuned to Arrow FM, your local community access radio station. The time now, 8 o'clock on a Friday night, time for another hour of the great music that came out in the 1960s with the 60s Nostalgia Show. The 60s Nostalgia Show is kindly sponsored by Cotter and Stevens, the electrical contractors down in Jellicoe Street in Martinborough. Cotter and Stevens have been in the Wairarapa for a long time, providing contracting in the electrical field, whether that be for private or commercial. And as I say all the time, the dab hands around the dairy shed, around dairy plant, but also other things such as cooling the old milk down, very important this time of the year because of the high temperatures. You've got to make sure that the milk is chilled down very quickly to a low level for when we pick it up in the tanker and take it back and make it into whatever we make it into. In this case, if it goes to Paiatua, it will be milk powder. I nearly got caught out there rabbiting on about what we do with the milk, and I forgot to stick something in and cue it up for the next song. Al Kaiola and his orchestra in the background there, and the theme to the Magnificent Seven. Right, we'll get rid of him, and start to think about the first track. Tonight on the show, nothing really planned. We're going to go through some milestones and some other news. And if you do want to hear a particular song, artist or band, we've probably got time to throw that one in as well. So if you want to, give me a ring here on 3780255, 3780255, and I'll see if I can dig it out for you. Some interesting milestones for this day in music history. Back in 1949, Leadbelly died, and of course he was the legendary blues singer, full name Huddy William Ledbetter, and he wrote some great songs, but also had a fairly checkered lifestyle as well. On this day, 1961, John Lennon, Paul McCartney, George Harrison and Pete Best meet with Brian Epstein for further discussions about his proposal to manage them. Old Brian wanted 25% of their gross fees each week, and he promised bookings would be better organised, more prestigious, and will expand beyond the Liverpool area. He also promises that they will never again play for less than £15, except for the Cavern lunchtime sessions, for which he will get their fee doubled to £10. Lennon, as the leader of the Beatles, accepted the offer on their behalf. And of course, from then on, everything is history, and Brian Epstein certainly was true to his word. They did play and become fairly well known outside the Liverpool area. Of course, that meeting was really stemmed by this young guy going into Epstein's music shop in Liverpool, wanting to buy a record that featured the Beatles, and he didn't know who they were and didn't have it in stock, so that piqued his interest a little bit, which led to that famous time where he went down to one of their lunchtime concerts in the Cavern, dressed up in his suit. That inquiry came from recording sessions the Beatles had over in Hamburg when they were in Germany, that were produced by the legendary band leader Bert Kaempfert. And on some tracks they were known as the Beatles, but when they were backing Tony Sheridan, they were known as the Beat Brothers. Anyway, this is the song that got the young guy's interest.
Just cast a light in her
And I would think that, based on that, you have to say that group had potential. Right, also on this day in 1962, Bob Dylan records A Hard Rains Are Gonna Fall during a session at Columbia recording studios in New York City, because that's a song that featured on the album The Freewheeling Bob Dylan, which was the second album that he put out. So here's that track, a nice long one and a great one from Bob Dylan.
Oh, where have you been, my blue-eyed son? And where have you been, my darling young one? I've stumbled on the side of 12 misty mountains. I've walked and I crawled on 6 crooked highways. I've stepped in the middle of 7 sad forests. I've been out in front of a dozen dead oceans. I've been 10,000 miles in the mouth of a graveyard. And it's a hard rain they're gonna fall. Oh, what did you see, my blue-eyed son? And what did you see, my darling young one? I saw a newborn baby with wild wolves all around it. I saw a highway of diamonds with nobody on it. I saw a black branch with blood that kept dripping. I saw a room full of men with their hammers a-bleeding. I saw a white ladder all covered with water. I saw 10,000 talkers whose tongues were all broken. I saw guns and sharp swords in the hands of young children. And it's a hard rain they're gonna fall. What did you hear, my blue-eyed son? And what did you hear, my darling young one? I heard the sound of a thunder that roared out a warning. I heard the roar of a wave that could drown the whole world. I heard 100 drummers whose hands were ablazing. I heard 10,000 whispering and nobody listening. I heard one person starve, I heard many people laughing. I heard the song of a poet who died in the gutter. I heard the sound of a clown who cried in the alley. And it's a hard rains are gonna fall. Oh, what did you meet, my blue-eyed son? And who did you meet, my darling young one? I met a young child beside a dead pony. I met a white man who walked a black dog. I met a young woman whose body was burning. I met a young girl, she gave me a rainbow. I met one man who was wounded in love. I met another man who was wounded in hatred. And it's a hard, it's a hard, it's a hard, it's a hard, it's a hard rains are gonna fall. And what'll you do now, my blue-eyed son? And what'll you do now, my darling young one? I'm a-going back out for the rain starts a-falling. I'll walk to the depths of the deepest dark forest, where the people are many and their hands are all empty, where the pellets of poison are flooding their waters, where the home in the valley meets the damp, dirty prison, and the executioner's face is always well hidden, where hunger is ugly, where the souls are forgotten, where black is the color, where none is the number. And I'll tell it and speak it and think it and breathe it, and reflect from the mountains so all souls can see it. And I'll stand on the ocean until I start sinking, but I'll know my song well before I start singing. And it's a hard, it's a hard, it's a hard, and it's a hard, it's a hard rains are gonna fall.
I'm gonna send you back to school.
Led Zeppelin there and a whole lot of love, and I played that one because they made their debut on the US single charts with that song on this day in 1969, and it actually reached number 4 on the chart, the first of 6 US top 40 singles for the group. And during their career, Zeppelin never released any singles in the UK. Couple of other milestones for today. This weekend, the Rolling Stones played that free festival, that infamous festival at Altamont in northern California. Also on this day in 1975, the Reverend Charles Boykin of Tallahassee, Florida, organises the burning of Elton John and Rolling Stones records, claiming that they are sinful. Boykin was reacting to the results of a survey that indicated 984 of the 1,000 local unmarried mothers had sex while listening to rock music. So naughty Elton and the Rolling Stones. So that's what the old Rev did this day way back in 75. Also on this day in 1988, Roy Orbison died of a heart attack aged 52. And of course Roy Orbison, such a legendary singer, so I thought we'd play a few Roy Orbison songs. We've got about 5 songs selected, and I think we'll just play them one after the other because they're so well known.
Dum 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 dum.
Only the lonely know the way I feel tonight. Only the lonely know this feeling ain't right. There goes my baby, there goes my heart. They're gone forever, so far apart. But only the lonely know why I cry. Only the lonely only the lonely know the heartaches I've been through. Only the lonely know I cry and cry for you. Maybe tomorrow a new romance, no more sorrow, but that's the chance you gotta take if you're lonely, heartbreak. Only the lonely Here I go, from the hut to the boat to the sea. Only I gotta go diving in the bay. Gotta get a lot of oysters, find some pearls today to make a pretty necklace for Leah. Leah. right. I'll bet my Leah will be surprised tonight. I'll place the pearls around the only girl for me, Leah. But something's wrong, I cannot move around. My leg is caught, it's pulling me down. But I'll keep my hands shut tight, for if they find me, they'll find the pearl for Leah. And now it's over, I'm awake at last. Oh, heartaches and memories from the past. It was just another dream about my lost love, about Leah.
There and Leah from the early 1960s. Righto, next up we'll have two in a row, starting off with A Runner's Scared, and I think the next one is Crying.
Just running scared, each place we go, so afraid that he might show. Yeah, running scared. What would I do if he came back and wanted you? Just running scared, feeling low, running scared. You loved him so. Just running scared, afraid to lose. If he came back, which one would you choose? Then all at once he was standing there, so sure of himself, his head in the air. My heart was breaking, which one would it be? He'll turn around and walk away with me. I was all right for a while. I could smile for a while. But I saw you last night. You held my hand so tight as you stopped to say hello. Oh, you wish me well. You couldn't tell that I've been crying over you, crying over you. Then The touch of your hand can start me crying. I thought that I was over you, but it's true, so true. I love you even more than I did before. But darling, what can I do? For you don't love me, and I'll always be over you. Yes, now you're gone, and from this moment on, I'll be crying, 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 yeah,
From 1961 there, the incredible voice of Roy Orbison and Crying, and that brought the time to 28 minutes to 9 o'clock here on Arrow FM. You're listening to the 60s Nostalgia Show, which is kindly sponsored by Connor and Stevens, the electrical geniuses down in Jellicoe Street in Martinborough. Right, one more song from Roy Orbison, probably the biggest hit that he had in the 1960s, and then we'll follow that one up with a song we'll dedicate to Kerry, a song from the Rolling Stones. But first up, Roy Orbison.
Pretty woman walking down the street. Pretty woman, the kind I like to meet. Pretty woman, I don't believe you. You're not the truth. No one could look at doesn't mean a thing. This diamond ring doesn't shine for me anymore, and this diamond ring doesn't mean what it did before. So if you've got someone whose love is true, let it shine for you. This stone is genuine, like love should be. And if your baby's truer than my baby was to me, this diamond ring can be something beautiful, and this diamond ring can be dreams that are coming true. And then your heart won't have to break like mine did, if there's love behind it. This diamond ring can be something beautiful, and this diamond ring can be dreams that are coming true. And then your heart won't have to break like mine did, if there's love behind it. Doesn't shine for me anymore, and this diamond ring doesn't mean what it meant before. So if you've got someone whose love is true, let it shine for you. This diamond ring doesn't shine for me anymore, and this diamond ring doesn't mean what it meant before. So if you've got
Gary Lewis and the Playboys there, and this diamond ring. That brought a time to 19 minutes to 9 o'clock here on Arrow FM. And next up is a track that I'm sure Kerry will enjoy as well. I had a little hunt around, Kerry. Haven't found any Sam Cooke as yet, but I'm sure you'll like a little bit of Arthur Alexander.
Anna, you come and ask me, girl, to set you free, girl. You say he loves you more than me. Well, I will set you free. Go with him. Go with him. But Anna, girl, before you go now, I want you to know now, I still love you so. But if he loves you more, go with him. All of my life, I've been searching for a girl to love me like I love you. Oh, my. But every girl I've ever had breaks my heart and leaves me sad. What am I supposed to do? Oh, Anna, just one more thing, girl. Give back my ring to me, and darling, you'll be free to go with him. All of my life, I've been searching for a girl now to love me like I love you. Oh, but let me tell you now, every girl I've ever had breaks my heart and leaves me sad. What am I supposed to do? Oh, Anna, just one more thing, girl. You give back my ring to me, and darling, you'll be free to go with him. Go with him, man.
And a real classy song, of course, covered in, I think, the Beatles' second album, might have been the first album, the Beatles covered that. Right, we'll go from classy to not quite so classy, but still pretty popular. We've got Sam the Sham and the Pharaohs.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Watch it now, watch it, watch it, watch it. The thing to do. Get you someone really bully wool with you. Woolly bully, woolly bully, woolly bully, woolly bully, woolly bully. Watch it now, watch it, here you go. You got it, you got it.
Well, they don't make them like that anymore, do they? Sam the Sham and the Pharaohs and Woolly Bully. You're tuned to Arrow FM and you're listening to the 60s Nostalgia Show, which is kindly sponsored by Connor and Stevens, the electrical contractors down in Jellicoe Street in Martinborough. Right, next up we've got another song that the Beatles covered, the song that was put out originally by the Cookies. From 1966 there, the Bobby Fuller Four, and I Fought the Law. That was a song that was written earlier in the 1960s by the Crickets, Buddy Holly's backing band. Righto, let's see, 8 minutes to 9 o'clock. Let's have a little bit of Wilson Pickett. Wilson Pickett there, and in the midnight hour. Right, time to squeeze in one more, and we'll have another profound song from the Hombres.
I preach, my dear friends, you're about to receive on John Barleycorn, nicotine, and the temptations of Eve. No parking by the sewer sign, hot dog, my razor broke, water dripping up the spout, but I don't care, let it all hang out. Hanging from a pine tree by my knees, sunshine through the shade, nobody knows what it's all about, it's too much, man, let it all hang out. Upside down, my TV's on the blink, made Galileo look like a Boy Scout. Sorry about that, let it all hang out. Sleep all day, drive all night, brain my numb, can't stop now, for sure ain't no doubt, keep an open mind, let it all hang out. Big brown moon, how does that mess your baby up leg? Eating a Reuben sandwich with sauerkraut. Don't stop now, baby, let it all hang out. Let it all hang out. Let it all hang out. Let it all hang out.
Another classic there from the 1960s, the Hombres, and Let It All Hang Out. Bringing to a close another edition of the 60s Nostalgia Show, which has been kindly sponsored by Cotter and Stevens, the electrical contractors down in Jellicoe Street in Martinborough. And the program was first broadcast all over the wonderful Wairarapa on Arrow FM 92.7.